I don't know. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hi, Dana. Oh, there's Azalea Jane. Um,
Yay!
so far be it for me to throw my dear co-host under the bus.
But you're going to
But
do
we
it
are
anyway,
we
ain't you?
are we are just a teensy weensy bit late, and I know Dana's always a stickler for the time. We're a
You
teensy
hadn't
weensy
pushed all
bit
the
late.
buttons.
We're a teensy weensy bit late, and I can tell everybody it's not my fault.
It's
It's
your
not
stream,
my
I'm just
fault.
saying.
It is my well. Okay. I could have just taken us live when we weren't sure that you were going to be able to hear anything.
I'm able to hear things. I don't know what you're talking about.
You could hear things too well. It was the problem.
Yes. It's just very vivid. Hi, Snake Cat. Hi, Azalea. It's good to see both of you. And now,
So
since
hi
it's
everybody.
finally after 6 o'clock, it's pizza time.
Hey. So we are watching Deep Space Nine tonight. We are watching on Paramount Plus. It is season 4, episode 14, Return to Grace, a Gul Dukat episode. So, you look thoughtful. What are you thinking?
Gul Dukat does not seem the sort to be particularly gracious. So, I mean, not that he ever was. So I will be interested to see how the title plays out.
Perhaps it is not so much Gul Dukat being gracious as it is Gul Dukat or some character. We haven't watched the episode yet, so we don't know.
You said it was a Gul Dukat episode.
Returning to a state of grace.
It's difficult to imagine Gul Dukat in a state of grace.
It is, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
It kind of is, yeah.
He doesn't. So we doesn't seem the type. So we will very much so.
So how has your day been?
I have lost track.
You've done a lot. Today's been a full day. Well, yeah, because I know you went to the Y this morning to work out.
Yes, I did.
I know that you had therapy.
Yep.
At some point this afternoon.
That's not a lot.
Well, it's more than I mean. I've just been writing. I've just been writing stuff.
Oh yeah, no.
No, you went to the park.
I finished and submitted my presentation.
Oh yeah, your ESOL thing.
Yeah, so for my I'm getting classes to get my ESOL endorsement. English for speakers of other languages, by the way. And we had to do a PowerPoint for a presentation, which apparently we're not going to give. So I did break my rule about words per slide and put like stuff on there that if I was presenting it, I would have just said and had like a couple of like notes. So yeah, the slides look, I won't say cluttered, but a little on the crowded side to me. And I got that finished and turned in. Oh, and I finished packing.
Because yeah, you have a trip coming up.
You are. Uh-oh.
What?
Okay, you froze for a minute. I was like, okay. Oh no, please, no. Yep, you're good.
Okay, so you have a trip coming up.
Yeah, I'm heading up first to Goshen, Indiana, to visit with my brother, and we're gonna stay there overnight, and then gonna visit with my mom's friend. My mom's coming with me in LaGrange Park. Not sure which it is. Illinois, which is just north of Chicago, because the American Library Association conference is in Chicago starting on Friday, but I can't go on Friday and I can't go till Saturday. Everything okay?
Yeah, I'm just changing my light temperature so I look less washed out. Because okay, so finish. I'll explain why I have to do that in a second, but you can finish your road
no,
trip
that was it. I'm going to the ALA convention Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then we're coming back. We're going to drive from there to Goshen on Monday, stay again with Philip Monday night, and we're going to drive all the way home on Tuesday. So I will be back again for next Wednesday. Woohoo!
So next Wednesday we are doing a show.
Yes. Barring catastrophe.
Is it the Wednesday after that?
Yes, because because Saturday the 1st, we drive to Orlando so that I can go to the National Education Association conference as a voting delegate. Woo!
Woo-hoo! Big shot. So the reason why I was futzing with my light temperature just now is because the light temperature and I think I have them back to where they were. It was hard to tell. But anyway, the light temperatures on both of them were reset because the other night I lost power. And I lost power long enough that all of my battery backups ran out because I have my computer and my TV in the living room are hooked up to battery backup. So if the power goes out, they stay on, but the battery only lasts for so long. And so the power went out and it was out long enough that it drained the battery backups and then they were just dead. So that when you unplug my ring lights that I have for my, to light me on live streams, apparently when power goes out, they reset to whatever their factory default
factory settings are.
So I had to.
Well, you learned a thing.
Yeah, and of course, I was exporting a video at the time, so I had to wake. I didn't have to wake up, but I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and realized that the power had come back on after at some point. So I rolled out of bed, turned the computer back on, waited for it to power up and everything, and then started to export my video because it was the video that went up today, my Star Trek 6 video. So I wanted to have it exported so that I could then enhance it, as the final step. And it's like a 40-something minute video. So I knew that was going to take like 12 or 13 hours to do. So I wanted to be able to get that started as soon as possible. So I started it. So I exported it, went back to bed for like an hour, got back up. By the time I was up, it was done export. Oh yeah. I did sleep in a little bit though. Once I got it, once it was exported and then I could start it with the enhancement, like the final stage, I did go back to bed and I actually slept in until like 8 o'clock, which for me is like ridiculously late. For me, it's like super late. But then I did get up.
So you didn't have to start exporting all over again? It could pick up where it left off?
No, I had to export all over again. Unfortunately.
That's definitely a bummer. That sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, referential integrity. Yes, a YouTuber with a battery backup. Yeah. Because I mean, usually we don't get power outages around here very often that last, for hours. Although obviously it does happen from time to time. But what will happen? I noticed not too long after I moved here, every once in a while the power will just blip off. Like it'll go out for like a second and then come back on. And that's really annoying because it's like, because especially if you're doing something on a computer, if you're, if you haven't saved anything or if you're exporting a video, it's like, if it just blinks off and then blinks back on, well, you're fucked. You have to start over because your computer just turned off. So if you plug it into a battery backup,
often.
Yeah, but if you plug it into a battery backup, you don't have to worry about that. And also like my internet, if the power blips off and blips back on and then my router has to reset. Well, that's, I'm off the internet for that time. So I have my router and everything plugged in to a battery backup. So as long as the power doesn't go out for like an extended period, I'm good. But if it goes out for too long, then it drains the battery backup and then, I'm screwed. But that usually doesn't happen. So yes, knock on wood.
Thoughts for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Steve.
So, yeah.
So the opera's over.
You were in the opera. Yes, we haven't talked about that. Yes, you were. Well, we talked about the fact that you.
That was not just the Sunday. That was last Sunday.
No, that was last Sunday. But did we talk about it last week?
We did talk about it last week.
I can't remember. We did watch. Oh, that's right. We did talk about it. Yeah,
We watched
that's right.
Poirot, and we got to talk about the
It was
outfit.
the first. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I lose track. I lose track so
but we
easily.
did. I tell you, speaking of this past weekend, though, to give the folks a little tease,
Yes. You
we
were
did
very busy.
record. We did record the first new episode of the Ensign's Log, season 6, on the way,
Woo!
in the pipeline. We have recorded the first episode of the new season, so that will be out. I don't think Jason. I think Jason is. Let me see. I think he might. I think he'll release it this week because I think late seating will be next week. I think so. Everybody can look forward to that, and it's just based on how it felt when we were recording, and I think it's a good episode. So
Caitlin, not everything gets run through the image enhancement. Like when he does the retro reviews, he does that sucker like the day of. Like it's like he watches
that's
the
true. Yeah,
episode, writes the review, shoots the review, edits the review, and uploads that sucker like right away. So
yeah,
it's like
and
a
also
whole
that,
bunch.
and also that video I put up yesterday where I talk about my
The honesty thing.
being a critic. Yeah, that I didn't enhance that. That was pretty much the same thing. Like set up the camera, shoot, very light edit, and then export it and send it right up. But most of my Star Trek videos, most of the longer ones, yeah, that's the enhancement is it's. I mean, I use a program that is designed. It can do upscaling, but I don't use it for upscaling. I export it through that to 1080, but it sharpens it and smooths it out and adds a little layer of film grain to it that I think looks good. And it's the final step before I upload the video to YouTube. And so yeah, that's every frame. It's the entire video. But it's like after it's edited and after the video is basically finished, and all I have to do is just run it through that. And like I say, I don't have to do that, but I do that because I think it looks better. And, you know,
You're
so yeah.
just that kind of guy.
No, I just like for my videos to look as good as possible. So yeah.
You like for your videos to look as good as you do.
Oh, or even, or better if at all possible. 255 AD, can I ask you something about your Republicans or suckers video? Was that in your mind when you responded to my Q&A about the GOP dying? The words used are very similar. There are some similarities, but I don't think I was thinking of that consciously while I was writing that script. But like a lot of the ideas that I express in that are things I've said before. So it's possible that I was thinking along the same lines when I was answering your question, but I don't think I was consciously thinking of it as I was writing it. Hey, Vilcata, glad to see you. Azalea Jane, no, I did not see Trek Culture's video, 10 Things You Should Know Before You Join Starfleet, but it sounds, if the point of view there sounds interesting, but I haven't seen it. What was that?
I don't really have anything else.
Oh, you you don't really have anything else?
I just burped. That was all.
Oh my God! On the show?
Well, I'm not like right up against the microphone.
Okay.
It was so like you complained about me not being right up against the microphone, but there are some good things about that.
A little professionalism. That's all I ask.
I'm not a professional. I ain't
and professionalism is, and that is what I want.
Huh?
That's from The Office. It's from the first episode of The Office.
Oh.
I've always loved that beat because he basically says, he's like, all I want is a bit of professionalism, and professionalism is, and it's like he loses his train of thought or he can't think of what he's going to say next, so he just takes a pause and then he goes, and that is what I want. Well, the other thing, Caitlin, here's the shitty part. All right, I add the layer of film grain before I upload the video. When YouTube processes it, because of the way YouTube processes video, you actually can't see the film grain as much on the YouTube version as you can on my version. So I actually add just a tiny bit more film grain so that you at least get a sense of it. It still doesn't, if like, just, it's just the way YouTube, videos look after they process. It never looks as good as it looks with my original video, with my copy. But it does look better, especially with like the sharpening and the smoothing. It takes out a lot of the artifacts of the video. It looks a little less fuzzy. I mean, my video from my camera always looks pretty good, but it looks better once you run it through the enhancer. So, it just doesn't look as good on YouTube as it looks to me, which is a shame.
Well,
but
I can't tell.
It is.
I can never tell. I think I just don't have a very nice computer, so I miss out.
But yeah,
so
it's but also it's differences in perspective and perception too. Like there are things that really stick out to me, sometimes in bad ways that nobody ever notices, and I kind of soothe myself with that. Like I'll worry about a particular thing in a video and it just like nobody even notices it, so I'm like, oh, okay, I guess it's not so bad.
I told my therapist about calling the main character the wrong name.
Oh, which character? Opera? Oh, that's right. When you sang one of your,
when I had my little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her name is literally the title of the opera. When I came in, I called her the wrong name. Oh well. As far as I know, nobody noticed.
Yeah.
So
255 AD. Isn't it great how old we are?
It really is. It's nice being middle-aged, isn't it, Steve?
I will tell you in a few years when I am actually middle-aged.
Oh, you're so funny. Or, as Mrs. White says, another denial.
Hey, when I hit 45, I will be the first to say I am middle-aged. But until then, not yet.
I'll say not happy yet. Birthday, and you'll say I'm middle-aged. Thank you.
I will. I will say I am middle-aged.
Good morning, Steve. How are you? I'm middle-aged. Good afternoon, Steve. How's it going? I'm middle-aged.
Middle-aged. But at least I'm not like Terry Funk used to be, middle-aged and crazy.
Okay.
Of course, at the age he is now, I bet Terry wishes he was still middle-aged and crazy. Because he definitely ain't middle-aged anymore.
Oh, how old is he?
Oh, Terry Funk, he's probably in his 70s by now. Let me look it up.
So, is that an older adult? Is that elderly?
Terry Funk is, oh boy, Terry Funk is 78. So yes.
Is that geriatric?
I would say that qualifies as elderly. 78. Or, well, he's an elder. He's an elder.
HB Haga, exactly. Caitlin, yes, I am having pizza. I have not yet finished it. Still working on it. I'm trying to savor it.
So, so shall we watch the episode since we've wound down the small talk?
You're gonna count us in from 3. 3, 2, 1, play. And we all press play when Steve says play. You know why? Because it's his channel. He gets to do the counting.
Wow. Not that you're bitter or anything.
I'm really not. I just like making fun of you.
Yes, I know. Kizzy Arsenault, 45 is middle age. Yeah, you're damn right it is. And don't let anybody ever tell you different. 255 AD, what I consider the first episode of Trek to be the Cage or the Man Trap. By the way I typically reckon it, I would say the Man Trap is the first episode because the Man Trap was the first episode broadcast. Yeah. The Cage is the first pilot, but the Cage wasn't actually shown on TV in its original form until the late 80s. So, I mean, The cage was never actually broadcast. I mean, originally during the original run. Um, so no, I consider the Man Trap to be the first episode, even though it was neither the first episode written or the first episode produced. Or yeah, it was like I think of the batch of episodes that they had ready to go when the show premiered. It was maybe the fourth or the fifth one that they had actually shot, but they considered it the best of the episodes they had in the can, so they decided to start with that. And it's a really good episode, The Man Trap. I like The Man Trap a lot. Um, Mr. I Love the Ads, would you call Spock's Brain the first episode they never should have aired? I like Spock's Brain. It's a piece of garbage. It's a terrible episode, but I like it.
Oh, it's a terrible episode. I like Spock's brain. It's a piece of garbage. He's always going on about this logic nonsense.
I mean, come on. Okay, Dana, I assume you've never seen the episode, right? You've never seen Spock's Brain? The episode, not the organ, although I'm sure you haven't seen that either.
I don't know. I don't remember episode titles. Like,
okay.
If you give me some of the dialogue from the episode, much better.
Let me describe the premise to you, and I'm pretty sure if you have seen it, you'll remember it, and if you haven't seen it, you'll at least understand why I think it's an enjoyable episode, even though it's a piece of garbage. So the plot of Spock's Brain is there are people on this planet where they have a computer that runs their entire society, but in order for the computer to function, the computer needs a physical brain, like a biological brain, to be plugged into the computer. So they don't have a brain for their computer. Their old brain wore out or whatever, or died. So they get Spock's brain and put Spock's brain into their computer. But they take Spock's brain out of his head. So now it's just Spock's body without a brain. And Captain Kirk and Dr. McCoy don't know what happened to Spock's brain. So in order to find Spock's brain, they need to have Spock's body close by. So if they do find the brain, Dr. McCoy can put the brain back in Spock's body right away, because it's really bad to have a body without a brain. It's not good for the body. So for most of the episode, we have Captain Kirk and Dr. McCoy on this planet trying to find out what happened to Spock's brain. And they are followed by Spock's body, which has been outfitted to walk by remote control. So I don't know how you cannot enjoy that episode.
I think you've told me about it.
Yeah, okay.
I think I remember hearing about remote control Spock.
Yeah, remote control Spock is pretty great.
Yeah, difficult to forget. Well,
oh, hi, Joel
I'm
Oak.
being
Welcome.
Told that if you don't, if good to have you, Joel Oak. I'm being told that if you don't count us in, I get to.
Okay, well then I will count us in.
Okay.
It's Vilcata, like trying to get us back on track. All right, everybody. So hopefully everybody has the episode queued up. But once again, it's season 4, episode 14 of Deep Space Nine, Return to Grace. You have it queued up and paused at 0. I will count us in from 3, 3, 2, 1, play. We all hit play when I say play. Here we go. You ready? Dana.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
You ready? Okay, sorry. All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Boy, and people complain about our vaccine schedule.
See, side effects, completely normal. Don't worry about it. If it spares your widow feelings, then you can do that. Goody for you, buddy.
It's a service I'm only too happy to provide.
When they get to the ship, she'll go, so, standard tip. Twist that knife.
And 255 AD, I did not have any side effects from the COVID vaccine, either from the original one or any of the boosters I've gotten.
I think the first one I had, I felt a little under the weather.
255 AD, I don't think there was ever an actual standard about it. I mean, certainly not from throwing up. People have thrown up on TV for as long as I can remember. That's not been, at least in my lifetime, it's never been a thing. But taking a dump, yeah, I don't think you don't see that too often.
You certainly don't see that too often, but I don't know if there's a standard thing. It's just more that I guess it's that it's considered more private, whereas and more controllable as well. So whereas if you suddenly get ill,
yeah.
Mr. I Love the Ants, I was thinking gold ducat bag boy.
He's a bellboy. He's a bellman.
They should give him one of those little
little hats. Yes.
Get back to those fancy Cardassian hats. Uh-oh. I love the scare quotes around gold ducat.
Yeah.
Aww. God, there's a tiny fly in here.
Yeah, that'll teach that rock.
So I've got captions on. And right before that's pitiful, it included a frown emoji.
No, he's sad.
Yeah, emoticon, actually. But
255 I probably wouldn't have banned them just for that.
well, maybe you should get one for next time. Did it again. Gastric distress. See, the thing is 255 AD, it doesn't necessarily matter because we are effectively socially distanced being online.
I mean, if they were being a jerk about it and they were like, if they were obviously like anti-vaxxers, then yeah, I probably would have that. Yeah. But if somebody just said I didn't get vaccinated, I wouldn't automatically ban them for that.
I mean, there are people who, for whatever reason, cannot get the vaccine,
Yeah.
which is why it's very important
I do not
for
look
those of us
kindly
who
on
can to do it.
I do not look kindly on anti-vaxxers. This is raspberry ginger ale. That's a great line reading. I especially don't regret making sweet love to her mom.
Well, you know, maybe you could take some notes on his charm. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. Uh-oh.
Dun, dun, dun. Ooh. Oh, come on. Just offer them some beer. They'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
Caitlin, I've been thinking that. I was like, Forma. in case you were a threat. No, 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 no. From a certain point of view.
From a certain point of view.
I know just who that should be. Only me! Angles here are interesting. From behind, it looks like she's as tall as he is, maybe even more. There. Look at that.
Yeah.
And then they shoot over his shoulder.
Like having money.
Maybe if you weren't such a wuss. You're really laying that charm on pretty thick, ain't you?
Yeah.
Well, Mr. I Love the Ants, There used to be people living there. Now there aren't. So
Somebody killed them and destroyed all their stuff.
$200,000 kilometers and closing.
She's got a kick. There, I took care of it, see?
Woo! He just keeps going.
You are just awesome.
What, the idea of you having charm? Yes, you do. You both have noses that are a little bit wiggly in different places. Oh, my feelings.
My feelings. Mr. I Love the Ants, the Klingons and the Cardassians are still kind of at war at this point in the show. I mean,
Yeah, I'm busy. I am a simple man. You'll shut up and leave me alone.
yeah. I never do. 255 AD, I think,
Go make
I mean,
conversation with somebody else.
I assume it's probably what he said it was, that it was just his assignment, but it's, I mean, it would fit if he asked for it, given his obsession with, you know, getting Kira to like him. It's possible he saw that on the assignment board and was like, I'll do it.
4.7 megajoules? 4.7 megajoules?
Great Scott!
You talk about guns. He likes guns. Why'd you get so offended? It was just a joke.
Yeah, he kind of did.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, we'll agree to disagree.
No, not so much.
Was I in charge of a Holocaust? No, wait, that was your dad.
Genocide, genocide, genocide. Nope, not so much.
255 AD, yeah, it's the idea that Starfleet over designs things, but also it tells us something about Kira. That she, you know, prefers things to be simple and reliable.
Yeah, I was
Because,
wondering why she was saying that, that there were problems with it, that it's more complicated. The problems that it's more complicated. I'm like, it's got like, it's got a stabilizer, so oh, shit. Sorry.
right.
It's got a
Well, but
stabilizer.
it's like she, I mean, she was a resistance fighter, so if she says one of them is the thing that you can drag through the mud and it'll still fire, that's the one she's going to want, you know?
Right. Unless they do exactly what they did before. What kind of pizza do you have?
My usual.
Oh, stop. No. Really. Stop.
I'm going to kill you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes, sir. Setting course at warp 2.
Wah, 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 wah.
Big time.
I thought they were separated. We were on a break.
We were on a break.
I wasn't even watching Friends anymore by that point.
Hey, Crim7, good you can make it. Ooh, that's a Klingon, all right.
Oh, come on. Yet. Oh, you mean you wish to send it to me? Very well, I accept.
Yes, this is the debut of Damar. Open the pod bay doors, Hal. I mean, Damar.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, eat some of that. You like that? Yeah. Ah, Klingons. The fearsome warrior race that loses every fight they're ever in.
Very important.
Hey, John. No plans for Babylon reluctantly. Anytime soon. Yeah. Hardcore. It's part of my new fuck the Klingons policy. Everything's coming up Millhouse for Ducat.
Dun, dun, dun. Use your charm, Ducat.
Exactly.
255 AD. I've never been in SAG.
Yeah, what a shame. Cool, cool. Let me know how that goes. Can you just drop me off on Deep Space Nine on your way out? Thanks.
Because remember what you were talking about being defeated? I mean, because that's what's going to happen. You're going to be defeated. That's the thing. Do you? Do you really? Because it sounds like you don't. I mean, that's really what it sounds like. I'm just saying. Oh, is he saying, excuse me, is he saying, come with me if you want to really live?
Ah.
I mean, we're streaming, so I don't see why
We're
you couldn't watch
streaming. We're
alongside.
watching it on Paramount Plus, Mr. Bulldops.
Yeah, that's what you keep saying.
Okay, good. Okay, boss. This isn't going to go well for you, kid.
I
All right, first
had
of all,
the
you make
knife.
sure the ref is distracted.
The best way to survive a knife fight is to be the one who has the knife.
Yeah, don't
Like
give the
when you
knife to the
hand
other guy
knife
right
over to
away.
somebody else, that was your mistake.
Look how full of hate I am.
So Haiti. Nope. And this is where she is. I believe you. Good food. So much better. We have pie over here on DS9. You have pie? Are you offering pie? How much pie are you offering? And you don't have any pie. You've taken everything from me. And now you're going to take my daughter? Because I'm not a piece of crap. I'm just a decent person. I'll make sure she's okay because I'm a decent person. Hey, what's up? You're an auntie.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. That's okay. I don't really care. The end. So, what'd you think of that one?
I didn't dislike it.
That's always good. I like that one. I mean, I tend to like the Gul Dukat centered ones because he is a fantastic character. As a
There
person, he's a
wasn't
piece of
nearly
shit.
as much scenery chewing as there often is with Gul Dukat episodes.
That's true. That's true. He doesn't have like any big grandiose scenes, but I mean, but and 255 AD asked earlier, like, why are there people who like him? Like, why are there people who defend him as a person, not just as a character? And I think part of it is that the show lets us see different sides of him. Like, I don't think I don't think there's ever a time in the show where he is ever anything other than a bad guy. I mean, even in this episode, like the way he constantly is like creeping on Kira and trying to ingratiate himself to her and trying to charm her when she has made it abundantly clear that she is not interested and she is, not like sympathetic to him or anything. Like he won't take no for an answer.
Yeah.
So you're never really meant to take Gul Dukat's side. You're never really meant to forget who he is. But there are times when the show allows him to appear thoughtful, allows him to appear noble even or brave from time to time, and even invites sympathy for him. So he's a complex character. Now that doesn't
exactly,
mean he's
which is why, like, I think you and I would defend him as a character.
Absolutely.
But as far as people like when 255 AD says about people defending him, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not familiar with the fandom.
I think what happens is people attach to his positive or apparently positive qualities and they let go of his negative qualities, and what Ryan says in the chat too, the actor knocks it out. Absolutely. I mean, he's a fantastic character and he's played by a fantastic actor who is absolutely killing it as that character. He does a great job. And creates just a fascinating character. So yeah, I mean, and honestly, to a lot of people, they aren't really able or interested in drawing a distinction between a great character and a great person whose side you are on. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's really important to be able to do in fiction. It's like I can recognize that, I mean, God, Bruno Ganz does a great job playing fucking Hitler in Downfall. He's fantastic. Hitler in Downfall is a great character. Not for a second am I ever on his side or hoping that he wins, right? Like that's really important to have that distinction.
Have you seen any of you've seen some of the Harry Potter movies, right?
I've seen all of them, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alan Rickman.
Absolute great example. Yeah. Great example. Fantastic character.
Shove him down a flight of stairs. Shove him down a flight of stairs.
Fantastic character, terrible person.
Just enough to be really uncomfortable and like end over end. So he ends up with his butt in the air, appropriately humiliating.
Yeah.
Um,
255 AD, that's
Trump
actually a really good way to 255 AD has a really good way to put it. People mistake complexity for virtue. I think that's a really good way to put it.
Sean
Sorry, go ahead.
O'Sullivan says, "Isn't Ducat basically Trump?" No, no,
Mm,
no, 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 no. Ducat is way more competent than Trump.
Ducat is competent. Ducat has depth.
Ducat is somewhat self-aware. Like, I mean,
yeah,
I mean, Trump knew that he could have declassified some of the documents that he kept while he was president. Didn't do it. Kept them anyway. Didn't care. Told people about it after the fact.
Yeah.
Showed them to people who shouldn't see it, saying, "Okay, don't get too close because you're not supposed to actually see these that I'm showing to you." Like the level of self-absorption is like impressive. I mean, honestly, like what? I think, who says it? I didn't know you could get that loaded. Essentially, I didn't know you could be that full of yourself.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Apparently so.
Here we are.
Yeah, it's really, I'm like, wow. Wow. Okay.
They do have things in common. Like Ducat and Trump do have things in common. They're both incredibly narcissistic. They're both
bombastic.
Very bombastic, very egotistical. They both feel entitled to things that, they aren't really entitled to. Like they feel entitled to respect and power and, to be regarded as great people. And they haven't really earned any of that. In fact, they've actually earned the opposite of that. And they both have difficulty and may, in fact, even just be incapable of seeing things from other people's point of view. It's
really
all
nice.
about them.
She's really nice to him because she could absolutely have torn him to shreds. Being like, blah, blah, blah. He's being charming. Like, okay, I mean, I understand what you're trying to do, but the thing is, you're just kind of boring. I don't think you would have taken that very well
Major,
at all.
You think I'm boring?
I don't know. I think that would have he would have been like, wait, I don't know what to say to that.
I don't know.
Imagine, what? No, he wouldn't have gone to pieces. He would have just been like, she's just messing with you, right?
I'm not boring though, right? DeMar, I'm not boring, am I? See? DeMar doesn't think so.
No, please don't torture me, sir.
Please. You're fascinating. You're just a fascinating guy.
Or my family. Please don't torture me or my family.
Yeah. 255 AD, because, it may not be in his personal material interest, but it serves his ego.
Uh-huh.
It serves his ego.
All about, yep.
That speech he gave, I am the only Cardassian left. That's all about him. That's all about his ego.
Blah, 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 blah. Again with the boring. And the thing is, those kind of people are the kind of people who vote for Trump. They totally buy into that bombast. Yeah. They're like, yeah. And it's also kind of like what I said earlier. I don't even remember what I was talking about, but I said something that was just wrong, and somebody called me on it, and I'm like, I don't know. I was just responding to what was said. I just said what I thought, and I said it with such confidence that people thought I knew what I was talking about. But I was just sharing ideas. I didn't mean that they were right.
Just because I sounded like I was right doesn't mean I was.
Don't you think about this kind of thing? Like, if you know what you please share. If you have better information, I would love to have it.
So shall we play Wordle?
Yes, please. I've been squeaking.
Yeah, you were yawning like 5 minutes into the episode.
At the beginning.
So okay. Yeah. All right, we're gonna play Wordle.
And I woke up like an hour before the friggin' alarm.
So you're running on fumes.
I am. And tomorrow we have to drive a lot. I really hope I sleep well tonight. Well, hopefully, since I'm so sleepy, that'll work.
Okay, 255 AD says, should Zial be a bit more hardened given she spent the first 16 years of her life in a labor camp? Maybe if we're pretending that this is a real thing, but it's a TV show, and if they decided it was more interesting for Zial to be the, the doe-eyed innocent, then that's the direction they went with it.
I think that you could go for the response that since she was, and now her situation has changed, that has made her much more hopeful that things can change.
That's
that hope for the future type thing, because she's had this big positive change.
Right.
You could play it that way. All right. Let's go.
Wordle. So this is today's word.
The typical one. I like that. It feels
lions and heart.
Familiar. Heart and then lions.
So, heart and then lions. Okay, so this is today's Wordle, just so everybody knows who, if you haven't seen us do this before, Dana is not actually seeing the Wordle board that you all are seeing right now. She is just going by my descriptions. If you have not played today's Wordle and you don't know the answer and you would like to play along, please throw in your suggestions in the chat. We welcome that. The only thing we ask is if you have solved today's Wordle and you know the answer, please don't give it away. Other than that, let's play Wordle together. So here we go.
Play.
All right. So first is heart, right? H-E-R-T.
H-E-A-R-T.
Yeah. H-E-A-R-T. Heart. Oh, pretty good. We have an E in the wrong place, the A in the right place, and an R in the wrong place. So we know that the third letter is A, and there's an E and an R in there somewhere, but not in their current positions.
So it could be like, this one does not want to stay in. I'm not liking these buds at all. And the other ones were worse. Probably something R, A, something E.
That would make sense.
R is usually in a consonant cluster. R usually comes second. All right, let's try lions and see what we get.
Okay, lions. Lions. See what we've got. Well, we have the N in the right position. So we know it's something, A-N something.
It could be crane.
It could be crane. If we go with the E being the last letter, like you said, it could be crane.
Chronosage, crave would be a good one if we hadn't already gotten the N.
Yeah, the N. We know the N is the fourth letter. Actually, crane is a really good one.
All right, let's go with that then. Go us. David Court and I had the same thought.
Let's go with crane. C-R-A-N-E. See what we got. It is crane. Look at that.
Yay, team us.
Woohoo. Oh, well, yay you. You came up with it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we talked it through together. Yep.
Yay us.
All right.
But mostly Dana.
Yay us. So this is where I tell everybody that you should be a patron, or you can click the button down below, someplace down there, to be a member of this channel. And really, there's not a whole bunch of difference between it. And if you do that, then you can, and actually it's this Friday is going to be Ask Away. So if you do that today, then you can still get on Patreon. Or how do you send it out to? Because I'm a patron. How do you send it out to people? How do channel members find out about it? Is there like a special member page?
It goes up on the community page as a members only post.
Okay, so yeah, check the community page as a member, and there'll be there'll be information there about how to fill out. There's a Google form that lets you put in a whole bunch of stuff, and Steve will read your question on the air on Friday, and then give his thoughts.
Indeed.
So you can do that either as a patron or as a channel member. And also check out the description for charitylinks.page is in there, the link to that. That is a list of people who could use some financial assistance maintained by one of our regulars. So please check that out. That'd be a great way. Helping people is always good. And other than that, click like and ding the bell to support Steve's channel. Yay. And come back next week because we're going to be watching Poirot. Woohoo.
Yes.
What are we watching?
The Veiled Lady.
I'm familiar with the title, but I can't place it. So good.
Well, we'll find out next week. And before we go, I will honor Caitlin's request, and who Caitlin has asked me to read this quote as dramatically as I can.
Jealous.
Okay.
You scenery.
Oh, no. Brain has nothing to do with it. Brain is a sort of a, well, I don't know. Brain is brain. What it does, I'm never quite sure.
Ooh, I like that look to the side at the end. That was nice.
Yeah, dramatic, right? It was.
I know.
The request was dramatic. I mean, I guess I could do more stentorian. You know, I could be like, you know, like an early 20th century vaudeville actor. Oh no, brain has nothing to do with it. Brain is a sort of, well, I don't know. Brain is brain. What it does, I'm never quite sure. You know, like that.
There you go. Caitlin, you are so fortunate. You got two performances.
Two completely different, equally dramatic readings. Anyway, I think we're done. Thank
everybody. You all so much, everybody.
I'll see you Friday for Ask Away, and then we'll both see you next week for another Trek Reluctantly, Poirot, the Veiled Lady. Bye, folks.